Good morning, everyone. Today, instead of just sitting around, I thought we could go on a little walk together. I'm currently walking from K Road to Mount Eden, and I'm really excited because you can get a whole view of the city. This is advice for people who are moving abroad. I originally moved to New Zealand in a bit of a rush just because I originally applied for my visa before COVID hit. I have asthma and I'm walking up all these stairs. I don't know why I'm trying to talk. And then for 2 years, I didn't hear anything and the borders were closed, so I just thought it wasn't gonna be an option anymore. Well, then I received an email saying like, hey, you have 6 months to enter the country. At that point, I was just not prepared at all. Like I had 6 months to get everything in order to be able to move. I'm so out of breath. Being abroad for an extended amount of time, you'll pick up some of the slang. And so like, I'll call my friends back at home and they'll be like, why are you talking like that? Like, you've never talked like this before, you need to come home. I didn't know anything before coming here. Like I think I watched like only a couple vlogs about it. And then I was like, yeah, it looks cool. Like I'm cool with that. I just decided to book the cheapest flight. So it ended up being into Auckland International Airport. Things I would say would be just know that moving abroad is not going to fix all your problems, and also I would kind of have an idea of what you want and what you want to get out of this experience, because it does go by so fast. And if you don't have like a proper goal in mind, I mean, you'll have fun regardless, but if you like really want to try to make the most of your experience, I would like kind of set aside some time to think about what you want to get out of it. It's really easy, especially if you're staying in hostels or going abroad for school or whatever, to get like lost in like the parties and drinking and friends and all this stuff. But like, I don't know, I feel like moving abroad is like a big time for introspection and like also learning about yourself and learning about where you're from in a different way. Like you get a different perspective on your country, like your home country. This is a really silly example, but I was never like the biggest fan of country music living in the States. Like I kind of thought of it as cringy. Like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And I've never loved country music more. I don't think I would have appreciated it at all if I would have stayed in the States, but like being abroad, it makes you appreciate like little things from your home, which I really like. Maybe if you're stressed about like figuring something out that you don't like necessarily need to know, like if it's not about entry to the country, really you can find out anything here, like or in whatever country you're going to. It's going to be a lot easier to figure it out with locals rather than being on hold like on the phone for ages or like stuff like that. Like you can open up a bank account once you get here. You can sort out a car once you get here. Like I had everything sorted within a week. Me personally, I would rather figure it out as I go, and just know that you'll meet people that will help you out along the way. Just know that it's okay to not know everything. Like you're in a completely different country. Little things will be different and it'll kind of throw you off, and you'll remember like, oh shit, I'm in a different country. Like I'm in a different part of the world. For example, in New Zealand, you have to get up to get the bill. Even in like a really fancy restaurant, most of the time they're not gonna bring it to you because that's considered rude. Whereas in the States, like that was a massive bumblebee. Did you see that? Like the first week, for some reason my brain could not compute that like go on the left, walk on the left, like escalators on the left, everything. Like a big piece of advice is stay open-minded. Like don't be so wrapped up in what you think about certain cultures, what you think about certain like countries, what you think about yourself, like anything. Like just stay open-minded and you're gonna change and grow so much. I met a lot of people in the hostel who seemed kind of rigid in their views. To me, that's just not a good way to travel. If you're going to travel and like open yourself up to new experiences, actually be open to them. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen while traveling, and that's like the beauty of it. This one guy used to piss me off when we would go drinking with the hostel. He'd like always come up and be like, you're American, why are you not getting drunk more? Why are you not drinking more? I think he was probably picking fun, but also try not to lean into stereotypes of people. I feel like just because I'm American doesn't mean I'm going to do things a certain way or like certain things. Like I just think that it's kind of narrow-minded to think like that, so just stay open. Also, in terms of being open-minded, be open to trying new things. If you have some friends in the hostel or wherever you're at, like trying to, you know, make plans to go do something that you normally wouldn't do, consider doing it. Like, consider saying yes. You only get to be in a different country every so often. Like, when am I gonna be back here? I have no idea. Like, I want to be so open to doing whatever comes up. Even in the worst situations, I have some really bad travel stories. Like, I want to make a whole video going through like the worst travel situations I've ever been in. But like, even in the worst of times, you always get through it. When I was younger, I missed out on a lot of opportunities because I was like, oh, like, I would love to do this, but like, I'm only budget backpacking right now. So like in Europe, I didn't do a lot of the tours. Like, I was in Venice and I didn't go on a gondola because I was like, oh, I can't spend the money for it. I have not been back to Venice in 6 years, and who knows when I will ever go back. Like, I wish I could just go back and tell myself, take the gondola ride. Like, it's $80. Like, what is $80 in the grand scheme of things? Like, that's such a good memory that I would have had. I'm starting to get cold, so I'm gonna start walking back. Getting into the logistical side of things, always make sure you have backups for like your phone and like your bank cards and like access to money and everything. Always make sure that you know where your passport is at all times. Always kind of have a backup plan in your head, but don't stress about it too much. I just got home, so I'm gonna let you go. Bye. And good luck moving abroad.